this is a really good win for us. And I know their record isn't what it's been, but they've really they had a complete changeover of their team. And I thought at the end of the last spring, that they had won the transfer portal over everybody in the country. And we had a really good player miss tonight, and they had a really good player in their point guard miss tonight too. And so I think it evened out. And I thought that their coach had a tremendous game plan against our zone. And we were a little bit shaky the first 12 minutes of the game without Mike out there trying to figure out some things. And then I thought with 8 minutes to go in the half till the end of the game, we were really good defensively. Our points per possession in the second half were 0.69. And if you do that, you're going to win almost every time you play. So the second half was outstanding for us, just like our first game here against Toledo. Similar, went very close at halftime, win by 20. So I'm really, really pleased with it. It's just great to be home. And I know we didn't have a normal crowd tonight with the COVID surge and the students not being here, and everybody's worried about things. But the people that were here made a lot of noise. We put some highlight plays out there for them, and I thought our team played great. So I'm really pleased with the win. Questions for the players?
OC, can you talk about getting your first start in a game that counts and stepping in for Mike at the top of the zone?
It was definitely exciting. So I just had to step in and be focused and do what had to be done so we could get the win.
How long did you have to prepare for that start? A couple days in?
We got back to school. I got back to school on Saturday night, so we started practice Sunday. So from Sunday to now, that's how much.
We knew Micah was out, and he tested. We tested everybody when we got back, and he tested positive. So we knew that he would not be able to play. We were hoping that he'd be able to play Saturday with the new 5-day CDC whatever thing, but our league decided for some reason that that's not what we're going to do. So Micah's not going to be able to play Saturday, and he should be good to go if everything works out. He should be good to go on Wednesday.
Trey, can you talk about kind of weathering the storm through that first half and making changes at the half to turn around things and turn it into pretty much a 20-point win?
Yeah, it was kind of like what Coach said. They had a really good game plan coming in on how to attack our zone, sending the two bigs to the free throw line area. And that's one thing where, it's something that was hard. We were going over in practice all week how we're going to defend that. Communication was the biggest thing that we found we had to do. And like you guys saw in the second half, me and Maul were able to communicate much better, stop the two flash high posts, and it kind of eliminated their inside-outside presence on offense, and they couldn't score on us.
Anything else for the players?
I have one more. I just want to make sure there's no one else played in that. Either one of you, can you just talk about kind of dealing with this COVID surge? Like, we can't ignore it. Like, what does that mean for you guys as a player? How's that changing you guys day to day right now?
I'd say ever since I've got to campus last year, we've been very diligent with everything we've done, so I wouldn't say that much has changed in the way we go about things. I feel like Campy has outlined a great way where we're able to still excel on the basketball court and academically while following all these guidelines. And obviously we're having very minimal COVID incidences, and that's what's, I think, helping us. It's not really changing much that we do, but, it's just what we're accustomed to now. It's just what we've done since day one, and that's how we're going about it.
I'll speak to that too. I think the biggest fear for us, and maybe people don't want to hear this, but the biggest fear for us is not being able to play games, because our guys are in great shape. They're vaccinated and boosted, and they know that, the science shows that they can get it. But like Micah's sitting in his dorm room right now, Maddie can't play because there's nothing wrong with him physically. He does not believe he even has it. He can't believe because there's nothing wrong with him. And, I understand the cautiousness of it, and I think things will change greatly over the next month or two. But our guys are diligent. We preach about it. They help each other. We stay away. And, the good for us is the first 2 weeks on campus, our students aren't coming back because they're going to do a virtual school for 2 weeks to get through the Christmas surge. So our guys are going to be by themselves on campus, and that's good. That bode well for us. We feed them. We bring food in. So, I feel good about they want to play. And so we're going we're going to follow the guidelines, do what we're told to do, but we're going to remain diligent. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
So my thoughts are that, one of the things that we're really good at and our zone is really good at is we play without fouling. And, again, if you look at just the league stats only, our peers in the league, through 3 games, I'm going to say off the top of my head, we didn't shoot free throws well tonight, but off the top of my head, we're probably have shot 80 free throws, where our opponents, I think, have shot maybe 23 or 4. That's how you win. You make more than your opponents shoot, and we've probably made double what our opponents have shot. So we were able to do that again tonight, and then our three-point field goal defense has been outstanding, and we held them to 23% tonight. And Cam Ferris came in here shooting 58% with multiple attempts, the best three-point field goal percent shooter in our conference. And we lost him a couple times, but we bothered him. And when you bother him, I think it's hard, Then when he does get an open one, it's tough to make it. And so our length and those things I think really helped us. I think their little guard number 1 did a really good job in the first half of getting deep into our zone. And we haven't seen that. Alabama did that to us. Michigan State did that to us. But they're the only 2 schools all year that have had the ability to have a player get deep into our zone. And I'm hoping it's because Micah wasn't here, but it might be more that kid just played a really good game. So give him credit. Any questions?
So it's the first time, at least that I've seen in a game where you and Jamal had what I'm going to call competitor's disagreement, where you're both competitors. What weren't you seeing from Jamal at times that you weren't quite pleased with?
Jamal let that kid shoot a couple shots deep, and he had a reason for it. And I explained to him that at Oakland University, you do your job. All right? And the scouting report said you don't let zero shoot. And he had him and then backed off him, and the kid made it. And then I think the play you're talking about is I called a baseline. Now that I think about it, I called a baseline out of bounds play, and we ran a different one. And he turned it over, and I took it out on him. And his response back to me was, I didn't call that play. So he was, trying to let me know maybe that I should be yelling at Jalen, not at him. So, but that's the competitiveness. I want that from my players. I don't want them to be little weasels that just sit there and take it. I want them to come back, and that's how they learn. That's how they learn what their job is to be competitive. So I love Jamal, man. Obviously he's a great player, but he is a joy to coach. If I could coach 15 Jamals every year, we'd win a lot of games here.
Through most of the first half, RMU was shooting around 70%. I think cooled off right towards the end. Was that them just kind of getting hot and hitting, or were they finding holes? What was?
Well, and I told my team after the game that the key to winning this game was that time period, because we were trying to find ourselves defensively. Their coach had a great game plan. We had to make adjustments to what they were doing. We thought we had prepared for it, but we didn't. And so while they were they shredded our zone the first 10, 12 minutes of that game. And we made really good adjustments at halftime. And when I say that, I'm not doing this. We made great adjustments. I'm saying our players, we told them what they have to do, and they did it. And that's the key. I don't think there's a coach in the country that sits there at halftime doesn't know what needs to be done. But you got to be able to get your players to do it, and it's on the players. It's not on the coach. And so the players did it. But what won the game for us was while they had 27 points in the first 12 minutes of the half, we had 27. And normally when a team does what they do and makes 70% of their shots, and they were feeling it. They haven't had a good year, so they're starting to feel good about themselves. They had a really good player missing. Boy, there was just this, they were lifting their step. It was still 27-27. And I don't even know if they ever got ahead. I think we were always up 2 or 1. Maybe they hit a 3 to go up 1 or something like that. But our offense was really good at the time also. And that's what won the game for us, because normally when a team does that, they're up 12. They're up 15. Instead, it was anybody's game. And then, obviously nobody's going to continue to shoot 72%. And they couldn't. And actually in the second half, they shot 27%. And so, maybe we wore them down. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they became who they were. I don't know. But I know we won.
My last one for you. Any chance we're going to see you with a matching suit on the course with the one you got for your grandson? We saw that on
How cool was that little outfit? Yeah. Maybe next year at Christmas. Maybe I'll look for something like that. Schedule's not set yet, so I don't know. No, we play at Michigan State over Christmas, so probably not.
You and Tom in the matching suits?
I'll tell you what, we did discuss that before the game. And I told him, I said, I got asked to do this, to get you to do it, but I told him you'd never do it. And he looked at me and he said, you know what, Camp? Maybe we'll do that. So we're going to discuss it next year. Maybe the year after when we're back at Little Caesars. I don't think he'd want to do that in his own building. But maybe in 2 years we'll do the little ugly sweater or maybe an outfit like that thing. Just
All the basketball we talk, no one's going to care. This is the only thing anyone's going to listen to now.
He'll probably be mad at me for talking out of school about our conversation. But, he wasn't against it. He thought, but again, pre-game, who knows? You say things you don't really believe. Anything? So the people that are watching this, in the future, we're going to allow you to text questions in. Or text, is that how it'll be? Or tweet questions in at us, and I'd be glad to answer any of your questions. Don't ask one you don't want to hear an answer to, though, because I'll tell you the truth. See you Saturday.